All right, welcome back everyone to another explainer. Today we're diving deep into Active Directory, Chapter 9, PowerShell Reporting and Auditing. Look, if you've been relying on the graphical user interface, clicking around Active Directory users and computers until your index finger literally cramps up, it is definitely time for an upgrade. We're going to transform you from a reactive GUI clicker into a proactive automated auditor, all by tapping into the sheer power of PowerShell.
So, here's the roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start by looking at the power of reporting, then move into auditing users and groups, tracking computers and domains, and uncovering those sneaky security risks. Finally, we'll wrap it all up by automating the entire audit.
I want you to keep this question in the back of your mind as we go. What is actually hiding in your Active Directory right now? Think of this explainer like a detective hunt. We're on the lookout for anomalies, stale accounts, and those silent security gaps that are just lurking in the shadows waiting to be exploited.
Let's jump right into it. We're moving from a reactive mindset to a proactive one by really harnessing the power of reporting.
Because, let's face it, in IT, visibility is everything, and Chapter 9 makes this point incredibly clear. Whether you're querying complex OU structures across a massive forest or just auditing group memberships, PowerShell delivers consistent, repeatable, and scriptable results at a scale the GUI simply cannot touch. I mean, when you need to pull data on 10,000 users, you don't right-click 10,000 times, right? No way. You just write one script.
Now, let's talk about auditing users and groups. This is all about finding the mess before it becomes a massive problem.
And when it comes to that mess, notice this crucial threshold, 90. 90 days is your absolute gold standard for identifying stale and inactive accounts. According to Chapter 9, querying for users who haven't logged in for 90+ days, that's your first line of defense. These dormant accounts are prime targets for compromise, simply because, well, nobody's really watching them.
To actually find those stale accounts and check the overall password health, you've got to query specific attributes. You'll want to pull last logon date, find the accounts where password never expires is set to true, check for password expired, and look at MSDS, user password expiry time computed. Yeah, that last one is a bit of a mouthful, but it calculates exact expiration dates. Pulling these specific properties paints a complete, undeniable picture of your user hygiene.
But hey, auditing individual users isn't quite enough. We also have to lock down the high-risk groups. Chapter 9 explicitly calls out domain admins, schema admins, enterprise admins, and backup operators. By using PowerShell to loop through these specific groups, you can quickly uncover individuals holding memberships in multiple privileged groups. Essentially, you're finding the people who hold multiple keys to the kingdom who probably shouldn't be.
And it's not just about who has too much access. It's also about digital hoarding. Chapter 9 gives us a script to find all the empty groups in the domain by filtering for groups with absolutely zero members. Cleaning these out clears up so much administrative confusion, and it really helps you maintain a clean, easy-to-understand, role-based access control structure.
Moving right along, let's shift gears to tracking computers and domains, which is really about mapping out your core infrastructure. Think of these as your core reconnaissance commandlets. Get AD computer lets you pull last logon dates and operating systems en masse. But Get AD domain and Get AD forest, that's how you instantly map out your most critical infrastructure. Specifically by locating those FSMO roles, you can instantly see which server is your PDC emulator or your schema master without having to dig through a dozen different GUI snap-ins. It's a real time saver.
When it comes to the endpoints themselves, PowerShell queries allow you to group computers by OS version, find those that have been inactive for over 90 days, and crucially, identify computers that are not residing in your target organizational units. Finding those rogue machines is absolutely vital. Why? Because a computer sitting in the wrong OU might be entirely missing your latest group policy security baselines or OS upgrades.
Okay, now for the really fun stuff. Let's dig into uncovering security risks and hunting for privilege escalation. Pay very close attention to this single digit, 1. In Active Directory Auditing, you really want to query user accounts for the admin count attribute. If a user's admin count equals 1, it means that account is, or at least was, a member of a highly privileged group and is protected by a background process called SDProp. Any account returning a 1 requires your immediate scrutiny to verify if they actually still need those elevated protections.
Another massive, often hidden risk is SID history. So this is an attribute used to retain access during domain migrations. However, if it's left uncleared after a migration is totally finished, attackers can abuse it for lateral movement across your network. It's like a backdoor. Chapter 9 shows us exactly how to query for accounts where the SID history attribute is not null, giving you a critical, immediate security win.
Finally, we arrive at the holy grail of IT administration, automating the audit.
Because let's be real, you don't want to just stare at raw command line output every single day. Chapter 9 outlines a brilliant method to take your audit data and pipe it straight into the Convert to HTML commandlet. This transforms a giant wall of raw text into a beautifully formatted HTML report. We're talking custom headers, footers, the whole shebang, something you can instantly hand over to management or your security team and actually look good doing it. And setting this all up, it's a simple set it and forget it process using task scheduler commandlets. First, you save your master audit script. Second, use new-scheduled task action to call PowerShell.exe and execute that file. Third, you just set a trigger, say every Monday morning at 7 a.m., and register the task. Boom, done. However, and this is a massive warning straight from Chapter 9, when you automate, you absolutely must maintain strict security hygiene. Always run these scheduled tasks under a dedicated service account configured with least privilege AD read access. You must never run an automated reporting task using a domain admin account. Seriously, if that scheduled task gets compromised, you do not want to hand over the keys to your entire forest. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. What will your automated audit uncover this coming Monday morning? By applying the Chapter 9 PowerShell techniques we've explored today, you're no longer guessing about the state of your network. You finally have the visibility to take back control. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy auditing.